Now, so this particular exit status, how do you check any command you take? Okay, so you can check the exit status. Now you come to this particular exit status as, okay, so usually one means input error. Okay, so you take CP command. Okay, so if you simply give CP command, it will not copy. Why? Because there is no input, there is no target, means there is no source and target. If you have a file 1 and file 2, it copies from file 1 to file 2. As there is no file source and file 2 target, it will not copy. See, will it work? No. So question mark. So you are getting exit status 1. Okay, usually input errors. Now assume, okay, so you have another kind of failures which is command error. So these are the standards. I'm not saying you have to use these things. Okay, so always depends. So but okay, these are the standards used in the market. Okay, so command error. What is command error? I have given CP file 1 and file 2. I have given proper source and proper target, but my script may fail. Why my script may fail? There are a lot of situations. File 1 does not exist. Possible, right? The file 1 does not exist. How can you copy to file 2? That's not possible. Okay, now you're trying to copy something on which you don't have permissions. Okay, so you went into a other user's home directory or other groups directory, and you're trying to copy that file to the another file which you don't have permissions, which is not possible. It fails. Okay, so let me go to /home, and this here, if I copy rm hyphen sorry, not rm, cp hyphen r sb 72 sb 37. Okay, so what I'm going to get, I'm getting permission denied. I don't have permissions to copy. I'm not supposed to copy there. So in that field, but yet you have given proper inputs. Input you have given, but there are a lot of situations which it is going to fail. There will be another situation. What is the another situation? You are trying to copy the file 1 to file 2. File 1 is 10 GB file, and file 2 also has to be a 10 GB file. So whenever you're trying to copy, okay, so there is only 5 GB left on the file system. Your df-h is showing only 5 GB free, but you are trying to copy a file of 10 GB. Your script is going, your copy command is going to fail. Yet you have given the proper inputs. Okay, so in that situations, okay, so we usually call it as command error. So user has given the proper inputs, and our script or our command has failed, okay, to do that particular job. So that situation, so we usually use 2. So 1 and 2 are the two basic numbers, so which almost all the commands follows. Okay, input error and command error. So that always varies from command to command. We cannot always, there is no thumb rule saying, okay, 1 has to for this one, 2 has to for this one. So it always depends upon the author who is writing that particular script. If you are writing the script, you decide your own values, you decide your own status, you decide your own messages. It's always up to you. Okay, and out of this 255 values, it is always suggested for you to use from 1 to 125. Don't, okay, cross the values more than 125. Don't use the values which are more than 125, because those are system used values. Those are system used values. Okay, so I don't think so you'll be writing a script more than 2-3 exit status. 2 is also very big. 2-3 also, I don't think so. You don't have such situations. Okay, so at least, okay, even though 125 number is a very big number, so you can use that particular one. You can use 0, 1, 2, not 0, 1, 0 means successful. If you want to use 0 to 125, it is always, okay, so best practice to use the values only from 0 to 125. Don't use the values more than that. Why I'm saying don't use the values more than that? So you have to use 126. We already seen 126. What is the 126? Permission denied. So if you are getting any permission denied, see, this particular user is not supposed to use, okay, so the cp command here, okay, what he got? Permission denied. What is the, okay, cp command is done. Let me show you like this. User add. Okay, what you are getting? Permission denied. So you are getting, so the user doesn't have an executable permission to execute this particular file. Okay, so that's the reason you are getting permission denied. Can you see here? Only root user and root group have executable permissions, but normal others doesn't have permission on this particular file. So I'm getting permission denied, and hence the status is 126. So 126, if you see, it's a permission denied errors. If you see any permission denied on any command, you'll see 126. Whereas you have 127, command not found. So sometimes you execute a command and the command doesn't exist by wrong, or the command doesn't exist. I'm giving LSS, command not found. And if you see the exit status, it is 127. Now you have the values more than that. Okay, so 128 plus n. Okay, 128 is, it doesn't have any status, but more than 128, okay, plus n is been, okay, so for kill signals. Okay, so you might have been using a kill command all the time. Okay, so kill -9, kill -1, kill -15. Okay, so you might be using kill numbers. So any idea how many kill signals are there total? Anyone? Any idea how many kill signals are there in total?
No, I have used only 9, 11, 15.
All of you are administrators. Uday, unable to hear you. Can you put it in chat? Type it in chat. Ramchandra, any ideas? Any clues from your side? Uday Kiran is saying 9. Okay. So never went with man space kill command at least? Never seen what all the values are there in total? Of course, you don't have anything here. Okay, so if you give kill command, there is an option -L. You can see it in the man page, kill -L. So you can see the total 64 signals you can pass to any process running. Okay, so usually you might be using a 9 number. So 9 means signal kill. If you simply use kill and the process ID, it is going to take a 15 signal. So these are the two usual numbers we usually use. And whenever you give something like service HTTPD reload, service FTPD or VSFTPD reload, so in that case signal hub is going to run on that particular process. Okay, means reloading. Okay, and whenever you press Control C, if something is running and you press Control C, what you are doing, you are sending a interrupt signal interrupt. Okay, so for administrators, I think okay, so till 15 signals is enough for us. Okay, from 1 to 15, and over these the most widely used is 1 to 9 and 15. Only these 4 signals are 99% we use only these particular signals. Okay, now let's say, okay, so let's say I'm okay, my script is okay, my process is running, and assume that okay, it been killed by someone, it's been killed by someone. So how do I come to know whether it is killed or completed or failed? You got my point, right? If it is successful, you get a 0 message. If it has failed, you'll get a status from 1 to 125. What if the reason, if that particular process is killed by someone, okay, you should get notified, okay, or you should come to know whether this particular process is completed, failed, or it is being killed by someone. So how do you get that particular one is, so let me do like this. Let me open another session. So I'm using sleep 500. Okay, so sleep 500 is going to sleep for 5 seconds. So my process is running over there. Now if I give ps-ef and grep for sleep, okay, so this is my process ID. So I'm just given kill-9 and that particular one. So on the other terminal, if you see, okay, so you can see it is got killed actually. Okay, but how do I come to know whether this particular process exit status? If you give echo $? What you are giving? 137. Okay, what is this 137? Is this one. 128 plus n is called as kill signals. 128 plus n is called as kill signals, whereas n stands for, okay, kill signal number. Kill signal number means, you take an example 128 basic mathematics. I'm sorry if you are not from any of the mathematics. I hope at least basic school mathematics is fine here. 137. Okay, 128 plus n is equal to 137, and n equal to 137 minus 128. That is going to be how much? It is going to be a 9. Okay, so can I determine? Okay, so this particular okay, so sleep is killed by kill signal 9. Yes. Why? Because how? Because I can see the exit status as 137. So let's say I'm giving sleep 120. Okay, I'm pressing Control C, and if you see the exit status, it is 130. Means 128 plus n is equal to 130. Means n is equal to 130 minus 128. So how much is 2? So kill signal 2 it has been used. So interrupt. Okay, like this. So we usually determine the exit status. So the exit status ranges from 0 to 255, whereas 0 is successful, 1 to 255 is non-successful. Whatever the reason it is non-successful. And how do you see the exit status is? Okay, see the exit status means we are printing. Okay, if you want to use the exit status, you might be using with a different command. Doesn't matter with us. And okay, so echo $? To see the exit status. Okay, $? Is the one. How do you access the exit status? Whereas 1 and 2s are the two usual numbers which we use, and it is a preferable thing to use from 1 to 125, whereas 126 stands for permission denied errors and 127 stands for command not found. And also, okay, so 128 plus n, okay, 128 you don't have anything, but it is used as a base number to calculate this kill signal. Okay, so 128 plus n is usually called as kill signal number. Okay, so if you see any values more than 128, you can tell that is it is been okay, a kill signal has been sent to that particular process, and this is the status. How do you calculate is, you reduce 128 from that particular kill signal, you'll get the actual kill signal number. Okay, so this is how we determine whether our command is successful or not. Okay, so in this particular script, so the test script whatever we have written, so what we can do, so after user add command, I'm going to check the exit status. If it is equal to 0 means it is successful. If it is not equal to 0, okay, so then I'm going to do, okay, so printing something like, okay, user add was failed or not, script has been not completed successfully, or whatever it is, user is not actually successful, whatever the message you want to put, you put it. That's all. How do you check that particular condition? In the conditions class we are going to talk about, but in the conditions class we are going to use the same exit status here. We are going to use same exit status. Okay, so that is about exit status and redirectors. So we just talked about exit status, and the next one we have is pipes. So you know all the time you might be using pipes. Okay, so ls pipe or cat pipe. Okay, cat pipe, whatever it, you might be using pipe symbol. What is this particular pipe symbol? What a pipe symbol does is, it allows you to combine two commands. Command 1, I'm using multiple spaces, that's all. Command 2, so you know, okay, just for to show you here. Otherwise multiple spaces are not required. You can directly write, okay, command 1 pipe, command 2, that's fine. Now what is the thing happening? So you put ls command or cat command pipe grep, or you do some command one pipe second command. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, so as it is, okay, so something, okay, assume this is as a pipe. Okay, now what is happening here is the command one output. So any command coming, any output command to command two. Okay, if once enters into this particular pipe, okay, what happens is it will be converted as input. Converted as input means the standard output of first command is converted and standard input to second command. So what pipe symbol is doing? It converts the output to input. It converts the output to input. Okay, that's all. So that doesn't mean you're executing a single command there. No, you're not using a single command. It's a two commands, two process IDs will be created in the backend. System executes two commands. There is no compromise over there. Is creating two commands, but the only thing happening is you are converting the output and sending it as input to the other command. So if you break it, actually you can break it basically. Okay, how do you break it? So I can use command 1 redirect the output to out file, and command 2 take the input as output file. That's all. Both are same. See, you take like this, cat /etc password and grep for root. So what you're getting two lines. Okay, if I break it, I just don't want to use pipe symbol. I redirect to out and grep root from out file. You got the same output. There is no absolutely no difference. Absolutely no difference. You got the same thing. If you break it, it's two commands. What is the only difference happening here? Here you are using a file. You are not using a file. Okay, your system is going to use a memory. System is going to use memory. Okay, so memory is 10 times faster than your disk. Okay, so that's the reason here you may see some latency. Here you may see it very fast, because this pipe symbol is going to handle by your shell. It's not going to handle by you as a file. It's going to handle by shell, and it uses a memory. And also, okay, so once after the converting the output to standard input, your shell itself will take care of erasing that particular data from the memory. But here you are putting a file in out file, means you are consuming some disk space also. Two disadvantages. Okay, so one thing, you are using a file, you are using a disk which is very slow, and as well as you are using the disk, you are consuming some disk space. Two disadvantages. So pipes are widely used. Okay, pipes are widely used. Okay, so whenever you go with the programming part in the, okay, so as you are, if you are a programmer, so this pipes is going to be a very, okay, very helpful. Yeah, what are the pipe symbol, whatever you are seeing, it is a unnamed pipe. You have a named pipe also. You have named pipe. Okay, if you are really interested, then just read that thing. But the pipe symbol is unnamed, or a system pipe, you can say. Okay, but you have named pipes also. An interesting concept. If you want to read, you can read that. Okay, so this is about pipe symbol. What pipe symbol is doing? The converting the output of, okay, first command and giving to second command. Assume you are putting a pipe and you are putting a third command. Okay, so command 3, what is going to happen if any output coming through this particular command 2, it is converted as standard input and it is given to third command. Okay, so that is how usually pipes works. Is that clear?
Yes, Rick.
Okay. Okay, so that is about the basic commands, and I have only 5 minutes left. If I start wild codes, I'll not be able to complete. We have communication. So how do you send a communication? Okay, so to another user, whoever is logged in. Okay, so sending mails we already seen. Okay, so sending mail, checking mail, customizing mail. How do you send an email to the other user? So let's say I logged in as SB47. Okay, so I want to send an email to 48 user. So mail hyphen yes, uh, hello. So SB48 at the rate localhost. Hello, what's up? Okay, so now the mail is received by SB48 user. So if you just type enter itself, this system itself is telling you you have a new email. So I'll go mail enter. So I'll see. Okay, so 3. Okay, so I can see that. Okay, so this particular mail has been received from this particular user. So if you want to reply, okay, so you can just use reply. Okay, so you can use reply and then type your message. Okay, so it's all command line. You. So mail has been sent, and this particular mail user is going to get the email. So if you give mail enter, so you can see this particular mail as replied. This is a replied email. Okay, so 3 enter. So nothing. That's all. That is how you send a communication. Now this is a mail thing. You started using communication, but if you would like to chart, if you would like to chart, okay, so but charting is not going to restrict from one user to another user. It is going to be across system. So you can use a wall command in order to send a message. Okay, man space wall. So wall command is to send a message to everybody's terminal. It's not going to be a single user. It is going to be for all the users. Okay, now so wall, I'm just giving good morning to everyone. So it is being sent to all the users. See, the other user on the terminal, he got a message, good morning to everyone, right? So this is how. Okay, so if you would like, see, where do you use this particular wall message? You are an administrator in a company, and that particular server is facing some issues. What kind of issues? Some issue. Okay, you feel that you want to reboot the machine. You decided to reboot that particular machine. So, and also you see so many users logged in and doing the work. Okay, how can you communicate to all those users? Now what I'll do is I will put a message, so saying that, okay, please save your work, I'm going to reboot this particular machine in 15 minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, so please save your work, this server is going to be down in next 15 minutes. Okay, so this is going to send to all the users, whoever is logged in. Okay, so yeah, I can see please save your work, this server. Okay, immediately what I'll do something. Okay, some commands to save, and I'll immediately exit. Okay, so likewise, okay, so I'm going to send a communication to all the users. So as an administrator, so I mean, this is the usual work with wall command we usually do. I'm going to bring down the server, so you take care of your work. Okay, I'll give a decent amount of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Or if I want to, okay, so send for each and every minute, I can write some small loop, and I can put this particular comment in a loop, and I'll reduce the time. If it is 15, next time it is going to be 14, 13. Okay, like that I'll make it 0. So after that 0, I'll just forcefully shut down the server or reboot the server, whatever it is. Okay, so this is how these commands are, communication commands are usually used in used in scripting. Okay, and also whenever you write a script, you want to send the status to the other users, email. Okay, what is the command I'm going to use now? Mail is the command. That's all. Mail is the command. And also, if you would like to send attachments along with email, you have a third party command called as MUTT command. Okay, so just give a try. Just give a try of this particular command, mut command. Okay, and what else? Yeah, that's all. If any questions, you can put through, or else we'll just close the call.